I think Sarvodaya is essentially an organization which educates the community. Most other organizations, even if you take a school, they concentrate more on the individual. Sarvodaya is one education organization which is really concerned with the community. Say we educate a preschool teacher, it is not for the purpose of giving a girl from the village a certificate. The whole idea is that we educate a member of the community to render some service to the community. I think you look at all of Sarvodaya's education work, this characteristic is there. It's not, of course the individual is trained, is educated, but within the larger goal of that person or persons doing something for the community. So I think that is one characteristic of Sarvodaya which is there. I think Sarvodaya made me realize for the first time that I can apply my religion in my daily life. I was born a Buddhist. My parents were good Buddhists, my family were good Buddhist. I went to temple and so on and so forth. But it's at Sarvodaya I learned for the first time that I can use Buddhism in my daily life. So this is actually the biggest contribution which Sarvodaya has made in my life. Sarvodaya has taken the essence of the Buddhist religion, which is actually universal in its appeal. If you say you should love your fellow human beings, if you forget about all other life as such, but just restrict it to human beings, to start with the idea that you should love your fellow human beings is, I think, acceptable to any human being. So it's a universal in its appeal. It's actually beyond Buddhism. That is why we have Sarvodaya followers among the Catholics, the Hindus, the Muslims, in fact people with no religion. I have expounded this philosophy long ago, nearly about 25 years ago, to a group of Catholics from Chilao. And I have absolutely no problem in expounding to them that their development is essentially measured by the extent to which they love their fellow human beings. It's a very good feeling. Then if you stop with the feeling, that's not enough. You have to translate it into action, do something about it. And then you do something not because you expect any reward or praise, but simply a good thing to do. And when you do things like this, you succeed, you should not be too proud. You fail, you should not be disheartened. So these are universal principles, I think, which would appeal to anybody in any part of the world following any religion. So I don't see any difficulty of the Sarvodaya philosophy being understood by anyone. I think Ari's greatest contribution, I think, is he has transformed this philosophy into practical action. He has developed programs at the community level. Sarvodaya is about developing people, essentially. It's trying to change people, and in the course of changing people, change other things which are very essential for their lives, but essentially changing people. Shramadana is a practical activity where people in any community belong to different castes, maybe different religions, different age groups. They all together for a short time in a limited space are able to practice these 4 principles of individual development and the 4 principles of group development. So what is the critical role which Shramadana plays in the Sarvodaya development philosophy? I think so. I think actually Shramadana does exist all over the world, in the sense that people have been helping each other. Certainly, I mean, even in the West, I think that is certainly there. What Sarvodaya has done is elevated it to the development of your personality by deliberately being conscious of what you are doing. So I think it's what is people helping each other. I think all over the world where people have lived together, this has been there in our history, as well as I presume even in the future. What Sarvodaya has done is to convert it into a community technique with certain other principles also thrown in, where there is a disciplined approach to what we are doing. So I don't see any problem of it being applied in any society, in fact. Essentially, if you look at the way the world has developed, not just in Sri Lanka but all over the world, the power structures which have emerged are not that concerned with what really the communities at the grassroots level need. So that is why under Gram Swaraj, it's a case of actually giving more power to the people at that level to take decisions on matters which affect their lives. The present system is one where we have handed over these rights to a set of other people on the promise that they will look into these things. And by and large, the experience of Sri Lanka over perhaps the last 50 years has been that once they have come into power, they have actually forgotten the purpose of which they were sent to power. So that they tend to perpetuate their own kind, look at their own interest, and not so much what is essential for the community. This is why we have many development programs which actually the communities did not want in the first place. You have to talk with the communities to find out what is it that they really want. So we are for a power structure where the people at the bottom level have a much bigger say in actually what happens with respect to various matters which impinge on their lives directly. You know, like constructing a road, like they are trying to demolish a forest conservation for some other thing, the kind of school which they develop. So there are matters which affect the lives of the people, which at the moment people do not have that much of a control. And Gram Swaraj, in the meaning that we attach to it, is to give the communities greater power over such decisions and also the ability and the skills to implement the decisions which they take. Undoubtedly the most creative person I have met in my life. I mean, I have met many people from all over the world. I was 2.5 years at the UNESCO Institute of Hamburg, working with people from leading educationists from all over the world. And undoubtedly, Ari is certainly the extremely creative person, and I have always been really astonished at the way he looks, the perspective from which he approaches the problem. Certainly the most creative character I have met.